Question mark? Yes.
What?
Hello, everybody on YouTube. Long time no see. Thank you so much for being patient. Last couple of weeks, I was having a technical issue with XSplit, trying to authorize to stream to the Lotro YouTube channel, and it was not working. But I've got it fixed now this week. So, thankfully, after a couple week hiatus here, we are streaming on YouTube again. Hello, everyone on Facebook as well. I want to say hello to you. I'm just about ready to kick off the stream on Twitch, which I will be doing now. I wanted to see if I could get YouTube going here first, so that's great. Great news. Welcome to your Friday. Hello, Druid's Fire. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you, Mr. Fluffy Jerry?
Not bad. We did a lot of streaming of Winterstock last weekend, which included a Monday. And I think things went quite well. We had a lot of viewers, a lot of people taking part, and a lot of people at the event itself. And other than a few kind of minor, typical disruptions that you would get at a large public event like that, everything went swimmingly. So thank you everyone who took part and organized and allowed us to stream it. And the stream chat was a hoppin', and that was cool too to see. Hello everyone on Facebook, hello everyone on YouTube, and hello everyone on Twitch. Yes, I will get to the questions. But first, hello and welcome to Court of the Rings here on twitch.tv/LotroStream, youtube.com/Lord of the Rings/live, and facebook.com/Lotro. I am Lotro's community manager, Cordovan, and I am here today to do some streaming and do some question and answering. And first, producer's letter question, let's go. The producer's letter is in a draft status, and it is being worked on. And as soon as we can get it published and localized and all that sort of thing, we will do so. No word to pass along yet, but I'm guessing it'll be within the next couple of weeks. Here's the first thing. We are working on a patch. At least internally we're calling it 23.3, which will probably be what it is. And that patch should be coming within probably about a couple of weeks from now. I think it won't be next week, but perhaps the week following. And it's going to include some changes to the Minstrel. And you can see a forum thread that has the Minstrel changes, should you wish to. Now, keep in mind, these are very much early state things. This is Vastin kind of providing iterative feedback with the community and doing some kind of spitballing here. So anything you see numbers-wise, particularly regarding, say, like percentages of how much things are going up, do not set them in stone. This is not a promise. As a matter of fact, this is almost guaranteed to change in the near future based on feedback. Some of it will change, some of it will not, but do not be surprised if some of these things change here today. But nonetheless, it is something that we have spent a lot of time on the stream answering questions on, so I really did want to get this out to the community right now. Most values below were calibrated on a pure blue spec 120 Minstrel with mid-endgame gearing. Your mileage may vary. This is really the second iteration, and yes, there will be more. Many Minstrel skills effects that had not been normalized previously have been. It's what we've seen throughout many of the class work things that Vastin has done. Animations on several skills shortened, some quite significantly. Healers, Heroes' Dissonant Strike damage has been increased by a whole bunch, and now draws its base damage from tactical implements. Dissonant Strike will now do light damage. Healer's Hero Strike has been increased a whole bunch. Major Ballad Group Heal increased by a whole bunch. Can be used prior to combat. Improved Court of Salvation Group Heal has had its cooldown increase, but its heal component increased pretty significantly. Fellowship's Heart base heal increase has gone up along with the group heal over time. Raise the Spirit's base heal is being increased. Animations shortened. And the base induction increased by just slightly to account for the timing aspects that must be dealt with. Coda of Resonance, Coda of Melody, a whole bunch of other things. Increased. Bolster Courage. Direct heal increased by 55%-ish. And like I said, I'm not reading the numbers because they will change. Legend of Hammerhand's Expiry Heal is now 2% of each Fellowship member's max morale bubble. Spirit of Freedom's an immediate with a short animation. Story of Courage no longer has an induction. There's like a 0.2 second or something like that. You know, some very smart or small induction. Song of the Hammerhand Bubble's magnitude has been increased. Gift Legend of the Hammerhand has had its bubble magnitudes increased. Echoes of Battle does light damage and other things, and that's about what we're going to be able to get in probably in time for update 23.3. Assuming that stuff checks out, it will probably receive further tweaking as well. So what about the Burglar, you might ask? I asked Vastin today. I was like, well, so are you going to be able to do the Burglar work? And he said, next. Whenever this gets done, I will be working on it next. So, that will probably means it's, even if it were to be done, say, on this Friday afternoon, I don't think it would be able to get tested and approved in time for 23.3, especially because we're just loading a bunch of minstrel changes and things like that. The main thing is we're basically increasing the healing on minstrel a whole lot to try to account for their current status in the game, and people should hopefully get a chance to see this both on the forums, and I'm not sure about what the Bulwerer plans are, to be honest. I assume there are some, but I don't know what they are. We'll have to ask. So we've dealt with the producer's letter, and we've dealt with the kind of the minstrel and burglar changes, and what else should I mention here? Vastin's working on Mini now. Berg next. Yep, there you go. And a consistent maintenance server restart day. That's the dream, Mama Bean. That's the dream. Theoretically, those days are Tuesdays, but realistically, it's Tuesday-ish. All right. Why so much cry for minstrels like they need them? Take a look at champions that are being ignored for a whole expansion and even more. Okay, well, I don't disagree that we have a whole bunch of... we've said this whole time, and it remains true, that classwork is never ending. And...
Champion got some work in the recent past.
Only class that needs to be changed is Hunter. Cooldown on skills is too much. Yes, it would be nice to have a better in-game overview of trait points that are, say, missing, completed, all that sort of thing. I agree. That would be that too would be something that would be nice to do, but who knows? All right, let me log into the game world now. I had to get over a client, and I knew that this stuff was going to come up, so I felt it would be better to just front-load that stuff with the news. We did have the end of the Yuletide Festival. I don't know when we're going to get an encore. Our schedule's frankly pretty booked through now, between now and the Spring Festival, so I don't quite know how we would fit in a Yuletide encore into that schedule. But maybe this summer? I don't know.
What's this thing on the schedule about skirmishes?
Oh, what is that thing in the schedule about skirmishes? Huh. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. Nice, I've got some sunlight causing problems on the green screen. Do not adjust your monitors. I do have a little bit of a cold. It's been going around.
And you can't blame it on your 7-year-old this time around.
No. It's just one of those things that's been going around. Going around the U.S. I played Dwoonstrol last night. Let me just say, I have been really enjoying the AoE healing of Dwoonstrol, the Dwarven Runestral. Make the encore shorter, just 1 week or 9 days. Theoretically, something we could. I don't know. I'm not sure that that really achieves the purpose of having an encore. All right, I am here to talk to you.
I have need of your great skill.
Oh, it's a solo quest. Okay. Let me solo quest it
The
up there.
Heart of Fire, the great forging room where Durin's axe was birthed, was lost in ages past. But the discovery of the Way of Smiths would bring fresh hope to those who seek to reclaim the glory of Khazad-dûm.
Switch over to Dissonance. And I've got a cord problem on my mouse cord right now.
Cord has a cord problem?
I do. I actually have come to appreciate wireless, like, peripherals.
I love my wireless trackball because I could just take it with me or
All
leave
these,
it at home.
we just need to get rid of cords like that. We need to get rid of
Don't
cords.
say
That's
that.
really what I'm trying to say here today.
Get rid of
Guy's an
cord?
idiot. Yeah, yeah.
But who to get to replace cord?
Someone named Wireless?
Yeah, yeah. We'll hire somebody and call them wireless.
Yeah.
You'll hire somebody, yeah.
Yeah. Hail or congratulate or salute the memory of Angli. Okay, let me salute.
Sam Burke wants the haunted burrow for April Fools because of tricks. That would be cool.
That's actually an interesting idea. So, are you saying that you would like to see the Haunted Burrow instance specifically available on April 1st?
That may be difficult to pull off. That's PAX East weekend.
April 1st is PAX East weekend. Oh, God.
April 1st is the Monday after PAX. I.e. Cannoli Day.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
Which means I'll
that's
be there
busy
for
times.
it.
That's cool, though. Actually, but something like that seems like that might theoretically be doable. Can look into that. It's always kind of tough because everyone always has grand plans for April 1st, but it has a tendency to creep up on you, and you don't want to spend too much time on it either, right? So.
I had a great idea for an April 1st joke.
Oh, there's been lots of great ideas for April 1st jokes. Coming up with great ideas is not the problem.
Yeah, we'll get to meet Gums Gang at PAX East. He'll be there.
Yep, a whole bunch of people will. Looks like I got a message from Dr. Brigman and the crew there may
Yeah.
also be stopping by. Now, here's the thing, though. It's not that I've lost budget. It's just that I never really had any approved budget to begin with, and was hoping that some might clear itself up. But I don't think we're gonna have to do it kind of on the low end this year. I don't think we're gonna be able to do like some kind of big party or something like that. Just because we want to be fiscally responsible.
'Cause that's my money you're spending.
Yeah. But there is an intention to do a player meetup, and that'll almost certainly be that Friday evening. Typically, whenever the exhibit hall closes and people pour out, we'll find I typically find, especially on the Lotro side, it's best to find a place that allows under 21, because you have families a lot of times that are attending PAX East as a group. So some kind of restaurant or something like that. Perhaps a place that has alcohol but that allows minors in a family setting. Perhaps something like that is what we could do. But we'll
The dwarves have found the Heart of Fire, the greatest of their
I really like the
Forges.
Chuck E. Cheese idea, and that would be perfect for the
Ziegler
fact that Agent Brigman is
The
bringing
legend-
for students who are
legendary
not
mithril
of
axe was not
the
found
age,
there.
so we'd have to have
The
a
discovery of the
family-friendly
forges was
setting.
itself a great victory. Enheartened by the victory,
I
Drogo and his following have
I
moved
would
on
actually.
to establish a
I think
command
that
in
is
the
kind of a great
21st
idea, but
hall.
I don't know that that's a great idea. You know, I don't know.
The Heart of Fire is ours again, thanks to you.
It definitely fits with my sense of humor. Let me put it to you that way.
To the 21st hall.
I gotta talk to Broger. Where's Broger?
Follow me.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get lost around.
Oh,
here.
no, actually he moved. Broger has moved. He's in the 21st hall now.
Yes. Should I set
We get
this
to
as a
ride.
milestone?
Hey, you know what? I do have for it. Don't use the milestone.
Don't use the milestone here? Oh, we're not coming
No,
back here
because
to
it'll
launch?
set you will, but it's a pain unless you
Okay.
have extra milestone skills set up. But hey, I've got a port.
Alright, sounds fine. I appreciate what you're saying, Gertis, on YouTube, that, you know, it is a lot to be asking, say, one developer in particular to have that kind of a lock-on class balance. But one, it typically is a group effort, even if one person's doing most of the work. The other thing I would mention is that I think in this particular case, we want to get this stuff done on a time frame and with some level of consistency that hopefully everyone can agree that they appreciate. I mean, the goal is to make things better here, or not to do them, right? Why would we do work to make things deliberately worse? So, in this particular case, it makes sense to have him go full speed ahead on these two classes. But I do, in general, and I think we in general would agree that is a lot to ask of one person.
I can hardly believe that we are here. This is a joyous day for the dwarves.
Hey everyone, hey Mark over on Facebook. Are there any plans to possibly implement PvMP on legendary servers? That's a very good question. When I do not have the definitive answer for today, I will say this. It is definitely not happening for the next couple of updates. I really don't know if I see it happening in 2019. But I think a time to do that as well might be when we get to a higher level cap on the legendary servers. So I would not say that it's accurate to say it will not be coming. It's just not something we're going to be rolling out in the near. And if that changes, we'll let you know. But I'm just being realistic with you. That could always change based on available workload and things, but I just don't see us being able to make that happen. When do we get T2, T3 loot like promised weeks ago on legendary servers? Druid's Fire, do you know what that would be in particular? We do have the T3 version of the new Anvil of Winterstith raid coming out in the near future. That'll probably be in that update 23.3 patch.
I do not know the answer to your question.
I guess I'm not aware of other stuff, especially on Legendary, that would have T3 expected content.
Yeah, the Rift was never I don't think I'd ever had a T. Whatever. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I've never actually
could
done
very
Rift
well
on
be
level.
as well.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Guess I don't need to be on my goat.
We go back to Broger, or else we can go talk to the other dude first. No, it says go back to talk to Broger. Totes your goats.
Will T3 of the raid be delayed due to minstrel changes in the recent raid closure? No. That should remain on schedule. It's true, there was like, what, 3 days of T2 rating and T1 rating that were impacted, but that's... By this point, you've got plenty of time to get practice up for T3, and I don't think even a 3 to 4 day break in that really adjust that plan. It's better to just stick with it, I think. But no, it has not been delayed. Okay, the Rift loot was talk of some better versions of the T1 loot. You currently get T2-3 loot's identical to T1, and that is specifically in Rift. Okay, well. I've not heard of anything in that regard, but thank you.
The sign of the White Hand, you say? We must do something about the White Hand within Moria.
8 orcs and Zelamelech, or the red-horned loads.
Basically, go south and kill things.
We see minis getting their quick fix. When will red wardens get their needed fixes? I can't really just start going down the list of every possible iteration as to the when. Who knows? You'll know when we do. I would, however, take issue with your wording of minis getting a quick fix. This is not an insignificant amount of work by any stretch of the imagination. So to call the work being done on minis quick fix, I don't think is accurate. We are
The Lord of
not
the
you know, someone says key drops and Hobbit presents, all that sort of thing. No, we're going to stick with our plan that we committed to here on loot boxes and rollout and things like that. It seems to be fair for everyone, and it's clear and understandable. We're not going to start muddying the waters on it. Not without good reason.
I'm gonna give a shout out to the Lord of the Shing in chat, Mr. Bloodborne.
Oh, hey, Bloodborne. Nice to see you. I have not seen you in a little while. I know you've been playing a bunch of Lotro on your Twitch channel, however. So shout out to that. That's been real cool. We are working on a producer's letter. You know, it's on a couple iterations of the document. I would expect it to be basically, hopefully, ready to go out for the next step in the process next week. Alright, that's
I got 12?
Yep, I got 12 too. Back to Broger. You know, people often ask about the difference between DDO and Lotro because they are very fundamentally different games. But one thing that I think as a typical player you might first experience is DDO doesn't, for the most part, have respawning mobs like this. So when you do, but you also don't typically have to run back to things as much. But if you do go back to earlier parts of the dungeon you've been to, there are not respawn mobs in the same way that you get for Lord of the Rings Online.
Because it's an instance content, so with us it's open world.
Mm-hmm. So what's this I hear about a One Ring RPG thing in Mythgard?
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be getting some email from our lore master, not to be confused with lore master in game. But Cordovan, I and a few other people are going to be playing the One Ring RPG Tabletop Happiness over on twitch.tv/SignumU. Either we're going to start in 2 weeks, or either the 8th or the 25th, I think, whatever, 22nd.
Yeah. Yep, I'm basically ready to go. I've been reading through some of the books, and we'll do character creation prior to the campaign start or as part of the campaign start. We'll just figure that out. But it's going to be on the Mythgard channel. It just makes a lot more sense to put it on, or SignumU channel. Twitch.tv/SignumU, correct?
Indeed. Sadly, Professor Corey is far too busy to join us, otherwise he would.
Yep. Out of space.
One of the perennial problems of Lotro. I'm out of space.
Yeah.
You should help my dwarves unearth the buried chamber of records.
If you didn't leave all your crap sitting around so much. Yeah. Landreval tonight, the Warders of the Weald will be playing music at 9 p.m. Eastern in Mickledelving at the post office. Drop by for a dance or a sing-along if you know the words. That's Landreval, the Warders of the Weald. Very cool. 9 p.m. Eastern, Mickledelving. By the post office. Congrats. Good luck.
Now this is a pretty cool space that you guys
Something
built.
collapsed the roof of this chamber. I know not what.
If you go up here, you can actually see the Tomb of Balin. Here lies Balin, Lord, son of Fundin, Lord of Moria.
Yep. Indeed. I found a damaged book. Bring it to Broger, because apparently I can't read. But yes, this is, I mean, I work for SSG, so I'm Tobias, but I think they've brought the scale and grandeur of the area very nicely to life in this part of the game.
Oh yeah, I mean, the only thing that I hate about Moria is the fact that apparently dwarves don't go in for railings, and a lot of the drop-offs, you're not entirely sure where the steps are. Yeah,
Yeah, but you know, that's a you problem. I think the
know.
dwarves would say that that's fine.
Well,
You know,
clearly they do.
learn how to walk.
Aww.
Yeah.
Are you being mean to me, Jerry?
No, I am channeling the likely reply that you would get from the Dwarven Safety Council were you to file a formal complaint.
Well, you want to know what this high elf has to say to the Dwarven Safety Council?
Yeah. Alright, I am going to
Come north and use the swift travel that's now available to us.
Nice.
These
And where am I going?
Great once more.
Chamber of the Crossroads.
Take the longer route. Just to show off the area here while we can. Did you miss any Pando news? Well, there's nothing about that in a long time. Alright. There are no railings, so it's easier to bump off elves into the abyss. Yeah.
You took the scenic route. Oh my god. You'll be here.
Well,
It's
I knew
fine.
I'd be going through chat, and this kind of lets you see different things.
It is actually really nice.
Yeah.
This is the long way.
I'm enjoying Moria very much.
But then you're a dwarf at heart.
No, I'm probably a hobbit. Me personally, I would probably be a hobbit.
Considering the fact that I
Yeah.
had to call you on the other
I
day
don't like being bothered.
because you were making pizza, though.
I don't like being bothered. I'm fine to just sort of sit in my house for days on end. It's
Making your own pizza dough.
yeah. YouTube is buffing a lot. Okay, well I can look into the YouTube settings later here. Yeah, there were some good changes to the minstrel. If you want to take a look at that, this will be at the start of the show. There's a forum thread too. I don't know the legendary mega quest from Angmar question Meredith. I'm sorry. Mark over on Facebook. I used to play drums for Dwarven Safety Council. That is a pretty good name. Dwarven Safety Council is not a bad name for a your Lord of the Rings online band. Yeah.
Mine is They Might Be Hobbits.
Yeah, that's pretty good too. Yeah. Is there a release date for the Moria update to the Legendary server internally?
Well, there's
But we
an
have nothing that
external
we've said publicly yet, so.
I'm going to disagree with you. Panda said something on the forums the other day.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Then what he said. 64-bit client is going fine. It's being integrated into, say, the development side of things right now before we probably do some iterative work on it and then do a public beta. No ETA to announce.
I posted the link to Red Panda's blue post in chat.
No plans for balance pass on Captain. I wouldn't say that. I would just say that at this time, other class work is being done.
But I will do so from the beginning. The dwarves of
We'll
my
get at things as we
expedition
can.
are getting restless.
As best as we can. Sweet. Where are we going?
We're going to the Silvertine Lode, so we're going to ride a bunch south.
Okay.
You're not taking the Stable Master.
I think Felnul, if the systems team were interested in doing, there is something in this specific spot.
Yeah, you keep
crashing
getting
my
disconnected
client.
there. What's up
Yeah.
with that? In the meantime, Flow23, I'm not a Standing Stone employee, so I don't know anything about the Essence gear on the Legendary servers, so I have no information for you. I'm sorry.
That'll be better dealt with in a release note than it would be dealt with, say, as a Q&A here. When will we need to sign up if we want to meet the Lotro crew at PAX East? Well, so it's going to be a little different than that. It's going to be probably more of any SSG employees who wish to show up may. I will probably pull a few people in. And it's going to be a non-ticketed event. It'll be more of a social gathering than like a formal kind of meet and greet thing. But the core of it will be a meet and greet. And it'll be in the evening of that Friday at PAX.
Professor Corey Olson may actually be there, the Tolkien professor, who is up next in about 20 minutes here on twitch.tv/LotroStream.
Yep.
So I tossed an idea that Corey had to Agent Brigman, Dr. Brigman, that maybe we could do a all teachers at the studio at the same time kind of shenanigan. Because Corey wants to meet Cora, and he wants to meet her students, and since, trying to get everything in the right place at the right time. So that sounds like maybe the Friday of PAX East, you might have an inundation of visitors.
Yeah, I mean, that's not entirely uncommon. Of course, the thing about Friday at PAX East is a lot of the developers, especially those who have been in the industry for quite some time, it's a good opportunity to meet with your fellow former co-workers and peers and things like that as well. So it tends to be a fairly, I wouldn't say empty day because it depends on the workload, but there's a lot of kind of industry-related work that's going on that doesn't involve doing your typical day job, shall we say. Because some of that networking and that is, frankly, important.
Also known as show up at the Weston Bar and chill out with your colleagues and coworkers.
Well, there's some of that, but there's also other things that take place, too. So. Doesn't always involve drinking.
Oh, it's in the lobby of the hotel, so it's very much a social place. You just go there, and every time I go there, somebody buys me a Coke. So you know. Also, nice lady known as.
But also, that
Brass
stuff
Door.
is usually private. It's not for
Indeed.
the general public.
But I shall be stopping by the
But
office. with
nonetheless,
cannoli.
if we've got both Signum U and the main School of Science and Math in the area, we will for sure absolutely do something. It will be a very cool time. And if someone wants to get, I don't know,
I'm just trying to get you to wear your kilt to the office.
that is probably the day I will be wearing my kilt as well, because it makes sense. I'm going to be doing it in costume, as it were, on that Friday of PAX East.
It's gonna be amazing.
I should note that as personally, me, myself, I do not have any PAX East tickets this year. However, similar to past years, most of the social and other work related to PAX East has taken place off-site, so it's been fun. PAX East is an event, part of which takes place at a convention center. But I've been trying to help usher the producer's letter through. This past week in particular, I really put it on the agenda, as it were, and made sure that we made significant progress on it. Next on that list really is PAX East, so. We'll also try to be cognizant if we do have, say, a somewhat larger group, that it be along, say, somewhere with public transit or decent parking or something like that. So probably not at the convention center. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
there's
kinda have
not
to see.
really. Yeah, there really isn't a lot of good restaurants right up next to the convention center,
No.
sadly.
And it just gets so nuts on that Friday evening.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm actually pretty excited. I'm gonna stay once again at the hotel that invented the Boston cream pie.
I have been drinking coffee milk.
Coffee milk?
Yes. It's a New England thing, particularly a Rhode Island thing. It is Rhode Island's official state drink. And it is not coffee with milk in it. It is milk with coffee syrup.
That sounds disgusting.
It some people would probably say that about it.
Gondrzilla Cord is made of cheese. He is what he
Yeah.
eats.
But for me, I don't drink a lot of milk, and I find that coffee milk tastes fantastic with almond milk. And so I have
almond
been
milk is-
drinking that. Yep. Aristocrat is sort of one of the main coffee milk sort of brands, and there's a couple others, but it's coffee milk is weird. You should try Googling it sometime if you've got 15 minutes and want to be like, what? People are weird.
Well, one of my favorite Rhode Islanders
Yeah.
just recently moved out west, so I already know Rhode Islanders are weird.
And then when you are like, what else is out there? You can look up also from Rhode Island, tomato pie. I bet dwarves would like coffee milk. Where did you go? You've kind
Where are
of...
you going? Hang
I
a
don't
left,
know.
around.
Oh, there you are. It's gorgeous. Let me just stop for a second.
Okay. It is really the dev team, the environmental team did such an amazing job with Moria. I mean, the only thing, again, the railings. The only other thing that I dislike about Moria is the maps, because the maps, as I mentioned last week, are not. It's a 3D space, but the maps obviously are not rendering it as a 3D space.
I think that's largely a game engine thing.
Yeah. I'm curious to see whoever's doing the renovations to the in-game maps, like the recent update to the Mordor map, which implies no updates or development being done. Just the map got updated. It's pretty. I wonder if that person would take a thwack at the Moria maps just for giggle and see what they do with that.
You mean like that fat condensed milk? No, as a matter of fact. It's typically just regular, whatever kind of milk you drink, skim or whatever. On Rhode Island's coffee milk. It originated, I believe,
Thank you for saving
by being
Swaina
something to give
from the
to the
goblins and from himself.
slightly older kids when their parents were
I
at
am
the
worried
coffee
that
shops
the
and
account in the
the
book of Masa
sort of
might happen again.
drugstores and things like that. And somehow it took off as a regional beverage in Rhode Island, and it just kind of never did anywhere else.
Don't go anywhere. We're gonna cheat. One of the reasons why I ran ahead and got the rep needed to buy the port to the 21st because I knew we'd be bouncing back here. Oh, the damn dog.
Where'd you get off to?
To the south. There you go. Now here's a question. Have you done skirmishes on Dwinstrel yet?
Not many. I think we did do the one though,
Bossy
didn't
is
we?
worried for nothing.
Okay, because
This
you
time
will
it'll
need to
be
do
different.
skirmishes
My
for
nephew
part of
has
this stuff.
come up with a daring plan. You should ask him about it.
We need weapons and armor that can be repaired or melted down. I need to know the lay of Stosnok if my plan is to succeed. My plan requires as many courageous dwarves as will volunteer.
Seems like I should probably be clearing my inventory out here. Do you know of a vendor nearby?
There's a lot of vendors in the 21st.
Okay. Why so many heads in Moria? It's the same thing in Gondor. Why you love heads everywhere? I believe that's probably a source material thing. Someone with more Tolkien source knowledge, like a Chris or Jeff, would be great to tell you, could tell you all, or Corey, coming up in a few short minutes here on Lutra Stream.
Or more than a few short minutes.
Yeah, about 10.
No, it's a running gag that he's doesn't generally start on time.
Have I had any offers from L'Oreal yet for modeling? Well, you know.
See, doesn't it look fluffy today, Chad?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Because his hair, his fangirls will cry.
For some reason, they're just like, hey, I'm a geeky, middle-aged dude who likes video games. You want to take pic? No? Okay.
Were you looking for a vendor right now?
I could probably use it. It looks like we're going to be piling on the gear here.
Let's go into the middle here. That's where all the good people are.
I don't think we're going to get all 3 of these done probably in the next.
Oh, no. Though I have to give a shout out to Arrow Duck here, because, you know, everybody with the name Duck, you gotta say hi to.
Yeah. Like basic provisioner? Here we go. Yeah.
There's over here.
Gutrek.
It is hopes that Balian's company discovered Mithril.
Thank you for the info.
Please don't sell rep items. Can you give them to me, please?
What are... No.
Jerry! Don't make me cry.
I should probably be wearing my Scholar of Nar Keleb, though.
Yes!
Boots. And probably my Orc Hunter's ring as well.
Yes.
I could deal with that off stream, though.
Indeed.
Symbol of Deep Thought? Is that something I... No, I don't need that, right? It's a pocket item? I'm assuming not.
Yeah, your actual pocket item is better.
Yeah.
Don't use the symbol of default.
Sometimes it's... I mean, I'm getting better at knowing what's good and what isn't, but... Still, a certain amount of that stuff that just kind of... A lot to think about. Albared's Trust. Okay, cool. Should give me enough space to get.
Yeah, don't
through
throw
what we
away
need to
the
do.
rune items. That's
Yep.
your legendary stuff.
Yep. Okay. I think we're good to go here then. Because I was out of space, I just needed to.
Now, do you still have pending loot though? You need to get rid of that, or it'll time out.
Nah, what if I just say, I don't care, all the pending loot. Destroy.
Well, you never know. There might actually be something in there that you
Infused Sapphire?
No. You can,
No.
you can destroy all of that.
Yeah.
He's destroying the loot box, chat.
Got a bunch more.
Got a whole alt with a whole bags full of them.
Alright, hey, lead on. Let's see if we can get a few plans listened to before in the next 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The shadow of
Would take me a lot
Mordor will
longer to
not
do this
long
if,
fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
I was just trying to find all these people on my own.
I don't even remember where they all are off the top of my head either. In this case, quest arrows are a good thing.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill
Part of the problem
halls
is
of Khazad-dûm.
that you can't actually go around places that you think you should be able to go around.
Well, seems pretty accurate to me so far.
We will reclaim Khazad-dûm for Dine Ironfoot.
Reclaim Khazad-dûm for Dahin Ironfoot. Well, he's gonna... Oh wait, I'm not gonna say spoilers.
Durin's folk will defy Durin's bane.
Yeah. Sweet.
Dwarves must
Don't
fight
bother
for
with this
dwarves.
other quest.
Bori.
So we can talk to Bori.
Yeah. So I am looking forward to playing some of that Lord of the Rings, the One Ring RPG. I should let you
yeah.
know I have never played it before, but I have played quite a few tabletop games in my day, and I'm a big tabletop, like
Nerd.
D&D nerd. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to checking out this One Ring RPG. The books are gorgeous. They have really nice artwork and all sorts of good
Those
things.
are all the
So-
dwarves who
Oh, congrats to
volunteered.
Gwen9.
No matter, it's fine.
Just dinged next to us.
You know, this is probably about as good a place as any to call it for the streams. This will be a good place to pick up next week, I think. So,
Indeed.
all right.
And Phil Boswell is in the house to be our lore monkey. For
Amanda on Facebook, Regional Foods, check out chocolate gravy. I am going to have to check out chocolate gravy.
Oh wow, that sounds either really good or really bad.
Chicory
but speaking of-
syrup is another one. You guys are, yeah, we should be talking about this.
We're hobbits.
Yeah.
Well, we're hobbits in disguise.
All right.
But Phil showing up here does remind me, by the way, Professor Corey has put in a request at a future Grifflet stream here, probably the next few weeks, to have Mr. Pinion show up, and they're going to chat about the Parth Celebrant questings. I'm not sure exactly which day that will be. We will let you know.
Yep.
However, there will be no discussion of current content or upcoming content, but we're just going to have a chit chat about the old quests, and we're going to see how that goes. It'll be fun.
Yeah, that sounds good. Stay tuned. I know that has gone to Pinion for, hey, when can you do this? But I don't know what the result is from that. So, yeah. All right.
Yeah, Corey did want to have some time to get through some of the quests so he could talk knowledgeably about what he's experienced, and then pummel Pinion with questions about it.
All right. Have a good day, everybody. Hope you have a great weekend. It is a 25% XP boost weekend through Sunday here, being shut off 3 a.m. Eastern on Monday morning. So through Sunday, we're getting some XP boost going on. The Chronicles out, and all sorts of good things are in the works. Some class changes, producers letter stuff, and a patch, and more. So hope you're having a great time in Lord of the Rings Online. Hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you next Friday for more right here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Until then, have fun.